Well, good evening, guys. How are y'all doing? Hi, Dr. Ninja Turtle and Catherine and Chris. How are y'all this evening? It's different going live on a Sunday night. So, Chris is saying hello to Catherine. Catherine, did you get all your shopping done? Your grocery shopping for this thing? Oh, it is a learning curve for sure. It was for me the first time I did it. And I was grateful that I had kind of like a coach. She was my accountability partner, but um, she did this, and something's bugging me. My hair. I got a hair bugging me. So, hello, Cheryl. I just watched your last video on 7 minutes with Cheryl. It's really good. It's really good. So, you're grading your last summer class. So, I don't know, Daryl, if you know Chris. There is Sandra. I stopped by her live right at the end of it, and I was like, shucks. So I'm going to go back and watch that. Hi, Miss M. So anyway, I thought I would do a live this evening to kind of, if anybody had any questions about this eating plan that we're going to do, and anything about that I could answer some questions. I have to get to where I need to fix this where I could see the chat better. Okay, there. So I have been recording a video every day. Hi, Julie. How are you? I watched your video earlier today. I'm kind of caught up on some YouTube. When you get out of pocket and then, it takes a little bit to catch up. So I've been doing a little bit of that, and I'm going to take this out too. Can y'all hear me okay? You still hear me okay? So, I've been catching up. I need to watch Dr. Ninja Turtle's end of the month, this July report on his stuff. And thank you, Chris. Thank you. I've been trying to get caught up. I was gone for 5 days, and then I came back home and I worked. And last weekend, I played catch up. And so I kind of feel like I'm more into the flow of things. And then I started my 10-day detox. This is my day 5 because I'm doing it and recording the videos that I'm going to put out. Starts tomorrow. I'm going to get those to where they come out every morning about 7. So everyone's saying hello. Catherine says, I have a lot of questions. I just need to look at the book more. I may do intermittent fasting with this plan, tweak it some. Before, when I did it, I did not do the intermittent fasting. I wasn't really into that too much yet, but this time I have stuck to that. And so, since I do not like the smoothies, I tend to just, when I break my fast, I eat, protein and vegetables and stuff like that instead of doing the smoothie. And then at 3 o'clock, I eat my what would be considered a alternative to a smoothie, which is I found some yogurt that has like only 1 gram of sugar, and it has a bunch of carbs, 28 carbs, and some of that sort of stuff. So I had that with walnuts and blueberries in it. I kind of eat that about 3 o'clock, and then I eat my protein and stuff for supper. You love IF. I felt like $1,000,000 when I did it before. Intermittent fasting. Okay. Yeah, I have kind of stuck to that. It is, Julie. I use I forget the name of it, but it's um, I did a bunch of research on yogurt because yogurt has potassium in it, and so anyway, I'm trying to read the chat. Um, Tell Roger I'll be reading more this week as classes end on Tuesday. Daryl, I'll tell him no rush, our brother. So, what are you reading, Daryl? I'm talking, well, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm talking about. It'll be backwards. No, it's not. This is the book, and it's by Dr. Mark Hyman, and it it's 10-day detox, and it's to detox your body from eating processed foods, sugars, that sort of thing. Um, so he's reading Roger's book. Oh, how interesting! So, what kind of book is it, Catherine? Do you get it on Amazon? Is it published? I guess it is. Anyway, so when I like I said, I did it before I got the book. Uh, oh, how nice of you, Catherine. So I read the book and I detoxed my kitchen and I went shopping and I bought all the stuff and I ordered the vitamins and I did the whole thing. And then I went through the maintenance and pretty stayed, I mean, 4 to 6 months was just that. And then I gradually kind of learned the other things that I could eat without just completely throwing it off. And so um, Chris says, asking me if I like poetry. You used to write poetry. How phenomenal. He has 2 published books, Catherine. That's great, Roger. I don't know if Roger's here, but that's great. I'll get to meet a published author here in a few weeks. So, yes, check out Julie Jordan Scott's channel for poetry. Yes, she does a live where she reads poetry and stuff. She's going to do this next week. I think she is going to do her journaling live series again. It was so good. It was so good. I have even recommended some of my clients to go and watch that on her channel because so many people struggle with, they don't know how to journal or what would they write about or that sort of thing. And she just explains it so well. All right, Catherine, y'all are on the couch. You watching me on your TV. There's Sally. Hello, Sally. So I just kind of wanted to do this to see if there were any questions about what we're fixing to do or any things that y'all are interested in about this. Like I said, I have not gone back and completely did the detox again until now. And it was funny. I felt really good the last 2 mornings, but yesterday afternoon, I kind of felt like I was getting the flu. And it just kind of sluggish and yucky was my description. I felt kind of yucky. And that's to be expected as your body gets rid of the toxins. But I've already noticed energy in the mornings, and I think I may have lost a little bit, but I'm not going to weigh until the end of the 10 days. So, instead of walking like the book talks about, I'm rebounding. So, energy in the morning, what's that? I slept really good last night, which, that was another thing. My digestive system gets kind of regulated, sleep better, I have more energy, and all of those things that I noticed, remember before. But the thing that I think that was the biggest thing that surprised me was how it lowered my anxiety because I was still working in a high stress job. And it just kind of got, why am I doing it? You are lovely. Well, because, well, my doctor, well, the last time I was there, they told me I was borderline diabetic. And one of the things that it says the blood sugar solution. And, and my doctor wants me to lose just a little more weight, not a lot. 5 pounds is the goal. That's not a lot. But and it's just the whole food eating. I just felt so good on it, and it's a little different than some of the others. It's kind of likened to the Mediterranean diet, and that sort of thing. Hi, Mrs. G, girl. Now I'm gonna get sassy. It, you know, um, uh, one of the things too is when I went in for my checkup, I'd been on it a while, and my doctor was like, "Wow, your blood pressure is like, wow." And I told her what had been doing and everything, and she said, "We might need to lower your medication because it's so good." And you know, so we did that for a while, and um, but I'm back on the regular dose. Of course, it's like anything else. I did really good with it till I retired, I think. Well, and I did then too, and then we went on vacation, and uh, so I'm already sassy. I'm always sassy. Y'all just don't think I am when I do my videos. Now, I have to laugh. The day 3 is about empty is the name of it, but it's about pooping. So I did a video about pooping, and yeah, I was quite um, a little off the cuff on that one. But I don't know. I've got to edit the one I did today, and so Mrs. G, Kenneth, his name is Chris. So isn't that Mike's topic? Yes, and I even talk about Explorer Dora and Mike in that video. They're the ones, they can talk about poop, so can I. So anyway, that was one of the things. And of course, today is about movement or move. And so, um, is that day 5? No, that was yesterday. Today is, it's a good one. Yes. So, um, it's been kind of fun. I am going to try to go live, maybe even for a short time every evening, just for Sally, because she'll have some questions. Mike Adventure Sparks is on your TV. He's famous. Hi, Joshua. Howdy, he said. He's trying to appeal to my Texas side. Howdy. Hi, y'all. Welcome in. So anyway, I felt good all day today. I grilled salmon this evening, and had salad and salmon, and it was really good. And that was another thing is that food. Um, well, she needs to ask me the questions, and then I can talk about them live. So those questions, she's on her TV though. She can't ask me questions in the chat. How do you chat? You got your phone on you, Catherine? Any questions, but you just follow the the eating plan. You're a catfish eater. Catfish is not on his plan. I think it's probably would be considered in the family with tilapia. It's a bottom feeder. I love tilapia, and that was one of the things, you know, that. But what I really like is the recipes, and there were a lot of these. Um, it will be at first, Catherine. There's a lot to it. Hello, Jen. How are you? Welcome in. You did finally make a live of mine. So the I remember the cauliflower soup's good, and then I made the asparagus soup, and I was like, man, creamy asparagus soup because I like asparagus. And I was thinking, this is strange. And I blended it and everything, and it was really good. And I ate I divvied it up into servings, and I ate all of it, before. Um, but I ate a lot of grilled salmon and cod. Cod is a very buttery, flavorful fish, but man, it smells bad to cook. I'll just be real honest about that. Veggies, I did too. I bought carrots and celery, mushrooms. I had zucchini and squash and broccoli, and I like purple onions. I like to do a medley and steam them, and so. But the turkey meatballs, the recipe in here, that was probably one of my favorites. You can make chicken soup. Uh, Everything in here is filling. I forgot what it was. I made herb crusted chicken breast with roasted garlic, baked cod with olive and caper pesto. Um, some of these I did not make. And there was one I made. I can't remember what it was. I didn't like it at all. Didn't like, and I don't use any tofu. And I think it was the kale and red cabbage slaw that went with the turkey meatballs. I did not like it. I don't, like I said, I don't use tofu, and that sort of thing. I did eat a lot of chicken, salmon, and cod, and I was going to buy some turkey, ground turkey, to make the turkey meatballs, and I forgot. So I tried some of the dressings, but the one that I like the best is not in the recipes. It is back in the. I'm looking at this book while I'm talking. And before I did the detox baths, I have not done that, but where he talks about, it just, I don't know, where he talks about the vegetables, the never ending salad. There is a salad dressing recipe. So the book is it's pretty self-explanatory. I do not like, so let's see. Catherine, I do love fish. I bought salmon and haven't made it. I grilled salmon tonight, so Catherine said, Roger made some tofu a couple of weeks ago that was delicious, but I will never stop eating meat. Right, Sally? Catherine, I think it's the texture of tofu that messes me up. I'm not going to do, hi Java, welcome in. I am not going to do tofu. And I did get some tahini, but I don't like it as well. There's a lot of things he uses tahini in for thickness. I just use the avocado. It looks good grilled. I don't know. I just, and the smoothies, the one I liked the best was almond and strawberry. But all of his recipes, I have, I get emails from him with recipes, and every recipe of his that I have ever tried is generally pretty good. Um, it's something about the seasonings and how he puts everything together and all of that. So the never ending salad. I do, Sally. I have both of those two listed in my description. Oh, Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I am a pescatarian, so I try not to eat meat. So you eat fish? Do you eat fish? Eggs? One morning I had eggs with spinach, scrambled some eggs with spinach in it. So Catherine said, what I meant to tell Sally is not the type of book you need to read cover to cover. Just get info you feel will help you understand, then do the recipes. Java said, I'm a Texan. We eat a lot of meat. Me too. I'm from Texas too. So we do, don't we? Fish and vegetables. Yeah. I mean, and that's a lot of what, this is you do eat a lot of fish, but he, is it flounder, cod, and salmon? And to buy the salmon that's ocean salmon. I get off of my diet, went on vacation. Me too. When I went to Boise, I did not do well at all. Not at all. So, and we went to a place called Spud Daddy and got this big old potato with stuff on it. It was good. It was good. So, what else would you do in Boise, Idaho? Java, I am too. 65 years I lived there. I'll always be a Texan. LOL. Yeah. No, Chris, she is not a cooking. I am not a cooking channel, Chris. I am a personal development, self-improvement channel. And my three pillars are mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. And I've touched on physical health some, but I've kind of gotten in a little more into that because I have a lot of experience of eating healthy and staying in shape. And at my age, that's real important. And so, catfish. My family's from the South. I grew up on catfish. I did too. We used to catch catfish and crappie and would eat them and trout. And now I have trout fish, and I would think the rainbow trout we catch would be considered a pretty clean fish because they're not bottom feeders at all. So, plus my friend nagged you to teach her. This is true, Miss Sally. She kept that. She wanted me to do this, and so this one's for Sally. And but really, it's ended up being for me because I've been kind of gradually working on trying to get back there, and so I just needed that little shove. God sent Sally to shove me. uh, Oh, Daryl, you haven't heard my pillars: mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. Yes. And that was something that I mean, mind, body, and spirit. I've always gone at helping people in a holistic view because to me, you can't improve yourself or get into personal development without spiritual growth. And, I'm not necessarily talking about religion, I'm talking about spiritual, to where you have meaning and purpose and direction and you connect with something greater than you. And of course, I'm a Christian and I believe in God. And it's so much easier to work with clients when they believe in God. It's easier. You're scared, they cook out. I know how to fillet them to where there's very few bones in them. So, um, yes, Sally, we're glad Sally's feeling better now. Yes, man. You know, they say you can want many, many things in your life, but if you don't have your health, you only want one thing, and that's your health. So it's important to take care of your health. And, our spiritual life is part of that because that, for me, tapping into that spiritual side um, helps lower my anxiety and keeps me from being depressed and so many things about, I like to use scripture and that sort of thing to help uh, when life gets lifey, I call it. So Sally said, "Thank you, Jen. I had a 3 hour nap today. 3 hours. That's great, Sally." Sally, Daryl said, "I will come to Texas for a trout meal." You do that, Daryl. We are going, um, we're leaving here 7 weeks and we're going to Roaring River, Missouri, where we trout fish. And we leave on the 12th. And on the 19th, my son gets married and he wanted to have a fish fry on Friday night. So we are catching fish all week, first part of the week, to provide fish for the rehearsal dinner. So, um, Jim said, "That's a great nap, Sally. Now for a full night's sleep tonight." Yes. Java asked, "What are your thoughts on mediums, people who talk to spirits of ones who have passed?" I definitely think that, I mean, there's a spirit world. We know that. And so I think that some people have thinner veils. I don't know how else to put that connect. And I certainly have had some interesting things happen um, that have changed my thoughts a little bit on some of this, as a therapist. Java said, "That sounds so fun. We are headed to Florida soon. I can't wait to eat some fish tacos freshly caught." Yeah, that sounds great. So, um, I, but we always bring back a bunch of trout. I think I have one more batch in my freezer of trout from last year. We brought back a lot of fish from last year, and we you know learn how to freeze it. We put it in a Ziploc bag, put some water on it, and um, sometimes I'll put a little lemon juice in the water, and we'll freeze them and take them out, thaw them out, wash them, fry them up. They taste just like they are when they're fresh. So, oh, Catherine said, "Daryl, you need. Hey, tell you what, Daryl, I'll invite you to the wedding, and Catherine, you and Roger can come to the wedding. It's on the 19th at 4:30 at Roaring River, Missouri, because, man, it's only like 40 minutes from you, Catherine. And if Daryl comes, then he can come to the wedding. He can eat trout because I'll cook enough for y'all to eat on Friday night." So I'll just tell my son I invited some friends to the wedding. Everybody can come. Y'all come on down. We'll have a good time. Oh, Java said, I feel similar about them. I know there's a lot of fakes, but I've been watching a medium who helps solve crimes. It's been very interesting. That's interesting. Chris said, I believe in the paranormal. Do you believe in ghosts, Rhonda? I don't know if I'd call them ghosts. I think there is definitely a spiritual world. I had a client that in my practicum, I was doing my practicum and I went to a nursing home and she was schizophrenic. She was also had some health problems, diabetic, and she had to have both her legs amputated. And so she, talked a lot about the spiritual world, and a lot of schizophrenics do. And the thing about, that is it's because they all tend to, one way or the other, good or bad, they might talk about the dark side or the force, however you want to put it, the devil or Jesus, but they almost all schizophrenics talk about spirits, and so I went in one morning and there was kind of a flurry going on because down the hall where my client was, a woman had passed away, and but they do their thing where they try to, keep it hush hush because it upsets all the other clients. And I went in to see her, and she looked at me and she said, "The angel of death came through here 30 minutes ago." And I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, yeah." And I was a little taken back because, when I got there, they said she had died 30 minutes earlier. And so I talked to my professor, not my professor, but the psychologist I was doing my practicum with when we meet at lunch. And I was telling him, and he said, I've had some experiences like that that's changed what I believe about the spirit world. And it was like, woo. So, yeah, you have several of those that happen, and you kind of begin to change how you think. So, um, Java's going to Miami and Fort Lauderdale. How cool is that? You can go see. You can go see Rebounding with Cheryl. She lives south of Palm Beach. Catherine said, I have nothing to wear though. It's a casual wedding, cowboy boots and stuff. So, Dr. Ninja Turtle, I have land up there in Missouri, so it is a business tax write off. That sounds like a plan, Sally. Catherine, you have like 46 days to find something to wear. So there you go, Doc. Now you're thinking, Sally said. Catherine, lots of talk these days, people saying ghosts or demons. So, Catherine, Sally, Java, I believe in spirits. I guess some would call them ghosts, but I also think we all have different levels of this sixth sense. Some are more in tune to it than others. I think so. Tracy with an I. Tracy said, I'm here. I will have to listen to the spirits part I missed. Sandra said, there is definitely a spirit realm. I really think that. I really do. I've had too many things that have happened. So, Java said, in my grandma's last days, she was in and out of consciousness. She saw and talked about heaven and many people she saw there, but she said her parents told her it wasn't her time to come yet. If you've ever been around anyone that's dying, they talk about, I know that, my first husband, when he was dying of cancer, and I helped take care of him during that time, and he said, that he had sat at the table with our nephew that had died, and he talked about him, and he talked about his dad. That his dad came in while him and Robert were at the table, and you know, and then he would call out, and I would go in there and ask him what's wrong, and he said, "There's people standing at the end of my bed." And I've heard a lot of people when they're dying that will talk to those that have already gone, and is it the veil gets thinner, and the connection happens. So yeah, the party can start because Tracy's here. She's walking. Oh, so Chris said hello to Tracy. Sandra is saying hello to Catherine. Catherine, Tracy, go girl. We are walking more. Rejoin our gym. I filmed there last week. So Chris is saying hello to Sandra. I don't know if a lot of y'all know Sandra. She has a channel. Go check her channel out. She is growing really phenomenally. Catherine said, I have heard those stories too, Rhonda shown. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I believe that my grandmother is one of my guardian angels. Yeah, I believe that. So, it's funny. I have birds in my backyard. I'd never seen there was a blue jay out there, but I'd never seen a cardinal. And my mom had and Dad they used to go to South Texas. They were snowbirds, I guess you call them, and stay for the winter months. And she made this beaded thing that I hung out on my patio that has a cardinal on it. Never had seen any cardinals. And when the day I came home after my mom died, she died 2 years ago. I came home, and the next morning I was up and I was outside with the dogs. And for the first time in my yard, there was a cardinal. Now I have several, but it's that, we talk about those signs that I think shows us that, I don't know, our guardian angels. And so, yeah, and it's so funny. I had a client, the only time I have I've teared up or choked up with clients, but the tears were running down my face. She was telling a story about her grandmother and a story about a cardinal. And it wasn't too long after my mom died. I just sat there and cried. And I had to tell her, I apologized. But, therapists are human. And I think, the therapist that I went to that I attribute so much of my recovery to, and that believed in me and sent me off to school to become a therapist. He cried one day in one of our sessions, and I thought it was so touching. So I know that what it's like with a therapist that really, feels the stuff you feel. And I have several doves, Chris. So Chris said, we used to feed the birds in our back porch. I like the doves, Rhonda. Yes, and I love to listen to the mourning doves. They almost sound like owls, but and here it is, another day's gone by. I have not gotten over to my friend's house to get her birdhouses. So, hey, there's Gary. The police are here. I have, Java. She said, I bet you've experienced some difficult but wonderful things in your line of work. I have, Java. I have. I've heard some pretty horrific stories, and but it's been very rewarding, and so. Well, everyone's saying hello to the YouTube police. Good to see you, Catherine. Good to see you, Java. Gary's saying hello to everyone. So we've been talking about spirits. Chris is saying good evening, YouTube police. Yeah, we've been talking about the spiritual world and the you know. So life's great. I have, like I said, been doing this detox. I've felt a little rough for a couple of days, but today I have not at all. I have felt really good. So, hello, Officer Doc says, YouTube, it can be, it's a journey. Yes, Sally said, hi, Gary. As usual, Rhonda has a topic, which was 10-day detox, and now we're talking about spirits, LOL. Oh, well, you just go wherever. Now, that's what I like about the live, Sally. It just takes you somewhere. You never know what you're going to talk about. But if anyone has any questions about the detox, so hello, Angela. Welcome in. And Dana's here, the cookie mom, Miss Cookie Mom. Sally said, Rhonda, I love it. I love it. Yes. Oh. And Sally said, Angela, my darling, hello, how are you? Angela, it's a great crowd tonight. This is great. So, we were talking about spirits, but, if you believe, like I believe, there's angels and demons and, all of that. So, um, Cynthia's here. Hello, Cynthia. How are you? Sally, Angela, your channel is doing so well, kiddo. Yes. Chris says, good evening, Angela. Nice to see you. Angela says, Dana said, hello, YouTube family. So Gary said, ever think about how different the same thing essentially can be heard so different? Take have a good day has a different meaning than if you look at them and say, enjoy the next 24 hours. True. So Sandra said, I have some editing to do. Good to see you, Rhonda, and everyone. Thanks for stopping in, Sandra. It's good to see you. I'm happy for you that your channel's doing really well. Congratulations. Cynthia said, hi, Catherine. How's the cleanse going, Rhonda? Well, it's going really well. Like I said, you detox, and when you start getting rid of them toxins, you might feel a little yucky. And yesterday afternoon, I felt yucky. I went to bed early. So Catherine says, Sandra, have a good evening. And Java YouTube says, have a great week. Java, I spent 45 minutes editing a video earlier. Music, text, B-roll, all the fun stuff. Then accidentally deleted the entire thing. I was so sad. Then I saw your live. Thanks for the smiles. I'm so sorry, Java. It's not funny. It is not funny, but oh my. What day was it? I had to do it 3 times. The first time, the sound was off. I did it again. What was it the second time? I don't remember. So the third time I did it, it was like, okay, all right. So, oh, anyway. Dr. Ninja Turtle said, I'm going down for a nap. Have a great evening, Rhonda. Thanks for hopping in, Daryl. Hope you have a nice nap. Joshua said, I'm back, Rhonda. I just got a haircut just now. That's good. Catherine, Daryl, rest well. You too, please. I can never keep straight who all I said sup to and who I haven't. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. He told Dr. Ninja Turtle to enjoy his nap. Are you taking a nap at 8:15 or are you going to bed, Daryl? Dana the cooking mom. I'm so happy you are on. I needed someone to be live tonight. I'm having a day. This is nice to clear my mind. I'm sorry you're having a day, Dana. So there's nothing like a good belly laugh to lighten the mood and help you. It's zen, good old belly laugh. I'm all for it. So Gary said, life with Java, we learn more from the mistakes we make than the successes. Be happy. Cynthia said, I think that you beat me. I thought that I was the queen of technical difficulty. Oh, yeah, I know. I tell you, we have all had it. Who was it? Somebody that's kind of real tech savvy. Red the other day was trying to do a live in his car, and he couldn't get his sound right. And he wanted to play the music, and he just, I thought he was going to give up. Joshua says, I like having my hair short, Rhonda. That's great. I like your new picture too, Joshua. Dr. Ninja Turtle said both. I may not get back up. That would be good. That's what I did yesterday. It was about 8 o'clock, and I thought, I'm just going to bed. I give up. So Gary said, mine is basically shaved. I was on that live where you went and got your hair cut. I couldn't believe he's live and he's going to get his hair cut. So, yeah. Gary said, my brother-in-law won't be getting back up. He passed away yesterday. My heart goes out to you, Gary. I think, that's so. Cynthia, talking to you, Joshua. Joshua, I haven't seen you in a long time. So, yeah. I've been going live in the morning. I probably won't go live tomorrow morning. I'll probably do a live tomorrow evening again. Joshua said, how deeply shaved is it, Gary? I'm not touching it. Gary said, did you tip the lady who did your hair, Joshua? Catherine said, you too, please. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're sorry for your loss. Yeah. I wear a high and tight typically, Joshua. He has a little strip up here that they left a little bit longer. Java said, I better hop off here. It was great chatting with everyone. Thanks for stopping in. Chris says, my dad cuts my hair. I tell my dad to cut it all off. He won't. 0 guard on the sides and a 2 or something like that on the top. Yep. Joshua said, my dad did it, Gary. So, y'all know I cut hair for years, so I know what all this jargon is. And the guard on the clippers was a number 2. YouTube, please. I typically cut my own, but gave a lady a chance, and she does a good job. She did. And she put up with you doing a live while she was cutting your hair. I was like, I don't know if I'd like that. I might say something inappropriate. It may have been a 3. True. A lot of pressure. Well, yeah, she's cutting your hair and you're recording it. Are you kidding? I was thinking, whew. I'm sure glad that wasn't all this going live back when I was cutting hair. So, well, they still did. I mean, it hadn't been that long. I just closed my salon last October, and I was still going in on Tuesdays and doing some hair, but cutting hair. And I have a few friends. I still cut their hair, so it's I call it shade tree hair. Yep, they get a twofer. We call it a two for one. They get haircut and therapy all in one thing. Cheryl said, "How much did you drink today?" Are you talking about water? I've drank quite a bit. So, Joshua, I wish all clippers do not make a rattling noise. I wish they're all quiet. Some you can get are quieter than others, but most of them, because those blades slide back and forth to cut the hair. So, yeah, they make a clipper, they make a blurring noise or whatever. And what's really bad is if they ever get off kilter, whoo, they can make a lot of noise. You mean water? Well, I've had all of this. I usually have my cup, and I use filtered water. But I always keep a bottled water in here because I don't always remember to bring that. But I drank that full this morning. I always drink it in the morning, first thing. I fix it up at night. I put ice in it and water, and it sits on my nightstand. So in the morning when I get up, I put my watch on, my glasses on, and I pick up my water, and I take the dogs out, and I drink that when I'm outside with the dogs. And it is probably, I don't know how big of a Yeti it is. It's the big one. I drink that, and then I'll fill it up again and drink off and on. But I drank all of this one. You could do that, Joshua. Joshua says, I was thinking putting noise dampening rubber thing in it and it keeps it quiet. Yeah, but it also would keep it from cutting your hair because the noise you're hearing are the blades going back and forth against each other, back and forth real quicks. So you have to keep them things oiled up and cleaned out and working well. Because if you don't, they'll make lines and I don't know, they'll make all kinds of havoc in the hair. So, but like I said, they ever get off kilter, they make a big noise. So I still cut my husband's hair too, and he wears his high and tight and high. So I use a 1 and fade to a 2 on his hair. So Gary said, sorry, got a call. My mother had to turn it down volume. We're still talking about clippers and cut hair. Sally, we got off the spiritual world. And we're not talking about 10-day detox anymore either, because y'all didn't ask me no questions. You didn't have no questions? So, but like I said, I just finished day 5 of mine because I started it when I started doing the videos so I could talk about my experience as I did it. But the first video is coming out in the morning. When we get off of here, I will schedule it to go out probably about 7 o'clock. So real easy. You just, there's 2 screws in the back. You unscrew those. You take the blades off. You buy new blades and put the new blades back on. So they're pretty easy. Oh, goodness. Now I'm yawning. So I actually got to sleep late today, which is around here is a big deal because the dogs get up early. And so Sally said, well, I'm going to go take my nap. I mean, haha, I try to get a night's sleep. I know it's, it takes work, but it's like you can rewire your brain and reset your rhythm. Because I did it when I retired. I worked really hard to do that, to sleep good. So, and I try to stick to that. And I think that's why going out of town, I kind of get off of my schedule, or I did. We stayed up later. Sally said, I'm so tired of sleeping 2 or 3 nights a night and being more or less a zombie. Yeah. I don't know how you do it. I don't. Josh said, anyways, I was saying to Catherine earlier, my power strip makes a weird noise when I plug in my charger cord into it. Really? So are you more sensitive to sounds? I know that your other senses get really heightened when, you're lacking one. So um, Chris said, it's because of Sally I subscribed to you, Rhonda. I was impressed with her interview with you. Thank you, Chris. Sally's a great gal. Yeah. And the two of us together, quite something. So when your ear's close to it. So Sally said, well, thank you so much, Chris. Yeah. It was a great interview. I enjoyed doing that so much with Sally. Okay, Cheryl, I just finished that. That's 16.9 food ounces. So I've probably had at least 48 ounces today. Says that's the whole purpose of show and tell. There are so many creators out there that people don't see. That's so true, Sally. It is so true. So um, there are many, many phenomenal creators on YouTube, and a lot of them have small channels and just nobody knows about them. So it helps for us to share out and talk about and that sort of thing. Joshua said, I didn't know polling 78W from the wall makes buzzing noise when charging. This portable charger I got, it was saying 63.5. Sally said, plus I love talking to people and getting to know them. Yes. Yeah. I do too, Sally. And I thought, I did a few interviews and had asked several people, and just it didn't work out to interview them, and I don't know, it just kind of was one of those things that but earlier this year my life was kind of a whirlwind, really more like a what is it, oh, whirling dervish is what I would call it. If you know what that means. It's kind of like the Tasmanian devil. So I don't know what that is, Joshua. I bet Rhonda knows what conversion loss is from the wall to a phone charging to it. I do not know. My 10-day detox is getting a lot of attention. It sure is. There's Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Welcome in. Oh, it's Roxanne. Reinventing me at 60 is Roxanne, and solo retired life is Leanne. Dana the cook. No, Tasmanian devil is my child today. It was my life, Dana, earlier this year. I am not kidding you. And God's still in the job of doing miracles. That's all. Oh, he did, Dana. Dana said he broke his bedroom window today. Oh, he didn't get hurt, did he? Oh, my goodness. And Roxanne's here. So Gary's back. Sally said, no, Dana. No. I remember as a kid, I broke out my window in my bedroom. No, just the window. Joshua said, I bet Catherine doesn't know what conversion loss is. So Leanne's saying hello to Sally and Catherine. Yeah, and I cut my finger right here. A piece of glass went in there. And I didn't have to have stitches. Sally said, Leanne, I just watched a bunch of your videos to get caught up with you, girl. I know. She wasn't on for a little bit. She put out that last video. So, yeah, your channel's doing so well. Your videos, your views are still really high. I did that all through like August and September last year. And then October came and my views just went whoop. So it's I've kind of changed my schedule. Roxanne, I was doing Wednesday night and I'm just so drained on Wednesday nights. And then so I was doing Monday and Friday mornings, but this week I'm doing going to do the detox, and so I'm putting out a video every day, but I'm going to try to go live in the evenings for just a little while when I can. The live's always better, I think. So anyway, Sally said, Roxanne, there's always the replay, but the live is much better, huh? I know somebody will go, I'll get a notice and I'll think, oh, Eddie's live. And then I get there and she's done gone and quit. She did a really short live today and then she just kind of pooped out. She was painting tulips. So, yeah, I was kind of fishing around for some lives this afternoon. So Chris said, good evening, reinventing me. Her name's Roxanne. So Joshua, I bet Gary knows what conversion from AC to DC does. Is it heat? I don't know. Gary, can you tell him? I don't have a clue. Nope. No clue. So there's Mike. Famous Mike. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Oh, it's the time change. What time zone are you in, Roxanne? You're in Canada. Hang on, phone call. You're a popular guy, Gary. So what's up, Mike? How are you doing? You been doing okay? Central? You're same time zone as me. Saskatchewan time. That sounds better, doesn't it? I'd have to practice saying that. Saskatchewan. Mike said, Catherine, fabulous 60s. Hello. Living life one day at a time. Well, that's the only really the only way we can, one day at a time. We are not, if you're in the past or you're in the future, you are not all over today. So, okay, here's the answer, Joshua. Alternating current to direct current. Joshua, I can't believe it's going to get colder soon. No more running the air conditioner anymore. Well, maybe for you, Joshua, but not for me. CL. CL's here. Just take care of yourself, Mike. So, it's a little cooler here. It was 96 today. So it's 10 degrees cooler than it was Friday. It was 96 yesterday. 10 degrees cooler than it was Friday. So Mike said, I can't afford to get sick. So have you started your new job, Mike? Gary saying, good to see you, brother. To Mike, CL. I've been lurking. I'm still working on my video for today. Oh, CL is lurking in the bushes. Is turning AC to DC kind of strange, Gary? Chris says, good evening, Fantasy Wave. Mike says, hello, CL. Mike said, yes, this was my 7th day at 70 hours for this week. 70 hours? Gary said he's never tried it, Joshua. Reinventing me at 60. How are you enjoying the bouncer? They have offered a collab, but have always been too busy. Glad it worked out for you. I really enjoy it. I did a couple of minutes this morning, and then after I ate supper, I did 5 minutes. So it's I like it. I really like it, and I've been doing it now 2 weeks. So I'm not on a laptop, Joshua. I am on a desktop. I have an iMac, whatever this thing is, 24. Prison bars. Okay. Gary says, I know one is better for trying to get rid of prison bars. I think that's direct current. Mike Adventure Sparks. Yes, this job is something else. I have to work up a tower. I counted the steps, 200, and I believe I went up and down them about 7 times yesterday. Oh, Mike. And it's been in the 90s here in Minnesota, and it's hot for us. That is hot for y'all. Catherine says, Mike, be careful, dude. Gary said, I hear it helps to have an acidic mixture around the bar where you place the electrodes. Okay. That's some electrical jargon stuff. Mike probably could tell you a bunch of this stuff too, Joshua. You know, he's an electrician. So, but y'all are talking way, way over my head. Way over my head. Joshua said, what is that, dude, Gary? I'm not an electrical engineer here. Gary said, alternating sends the electrons back and forth, but seems like direct would send them in one direction. This is a whole different conversation than spirits or 10-day detox or cutting hair. It's about electricity. And the only thing I know about electricity is that it turns my lights on and off and makes my air conditioner run. I think Mythbusters did an episode on it. Woo, doggies. Just talking out of my league. Gary said, truthfully, Mike Adventure Spark would be better qualified to answer. Catherine said, oh, well, Roger's about to cut me some watermelon. I'm going to go. Thanks, Rhonda. Good night, all. Good night, Catherine. Watermelon sounds good. Mike said, I wish I could join you, but right now it's probably not a good time. So are you talking about the detox, Mike? there's going to be a replay. I mean, I'm doing the videos. I'm going to put them in a playlist and you can watch them. And Gary said, I have rudimentary understanding of many things, but I'm more of the master of none. Rudimentary. That's a big $2 word, Gary. I could say it where I can't say Sasquatchian or whatever that Roxanne's time zone is. Mike said, yes, the detox. I was asking if you started it yet. The first video goes up tomorrow. And I don't really tell exactly in the videos how to do it. You almost have to have the book. But even if I told how to do it, you would still have to have the book. But, the idea is that you don't eat dairy, gluten, sugar, and you cut out preservatives out of the food. And so you have to read a bunch of labels. So they have an interesting transcript. We've been all over the place. Rosanne's here. Okay. She said, hi, Rhonda and everyone. I'm trying to hang in here, but sometimes the video is not. I sink at this end. Same old problems due to weather. I know you've been having trouble with the internet. It affects your internet? Is that what happens, Rosanne? YouTube police said, having a good vocabulary helps when you're in my family. They love their $5 words. Oh, $5 words. Gary said hello to Rosanne. $5 words. I have some, but okay. Joshua says, you know what? Strange, Gary, the power tower charger I got from Sam's Club. The two USB-C ports go up to 65 watts by themselves, one at a time. Very interesting. Yes. I know a few $5 words. I learned, I think I was in junior high, you have the audacity to doubt my veracity and try to insinuate that I am prevaricating. How's that, Gary? It's a bunch of $5 words. I looked all that up, put it together, and memorized it. For what reason? I do not know. Joshua, I slept through my electronics 8 a.m. class. Only F on my college career. If it weren't for that, I would have graduated with a 3.8. You should have dropped the class. I was young. I should have dropped the class. I was young. Yeah. She did the math. Oh, that's funny. Well, I've been on here well over an hour, which is shocking to me. I need the watch time hours. My watch time hours are coming off faster than I can get them put on because I had I think it's my most popular video I released last year about this time. So all those hours are coming off. And so YouTube police said people do stupid things when they were young. Mainly me. I did a bunch of that stuff. So Joshua says you could do 45 on one and 20 on the other port, Gary. Mike Adventure Spark says, oh no. Oh no to what? Oh no to my hours. My watch time hours. I got like 20 away from 3,000. And now I'm at 2,865. Roxanne said, going to run, supper's ready. Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks for stopping in, Roxanne. It was good to see you. Gary said, if you go to your analytics, you can find what you had around this time last year. Just use the custom setting. Go month by month from last year. It should help you get a feel for what will be dropping. Well, I do know that I had several in August that there 200 and something watch time hours because I had two or three that hit well, that one is well over 4,000. CL says, I'm ready to start uploading. Have a great week, everyone. Good week, everyone. Rosani said, yep, internet not in sync coming through my phone. So Mike said, yes, your watch hours. Joshua said, what about 45 plus 20 plus 20? Yes, my watch hours. And I do know that longer lives do really help the watch hours. But, I'd almost have to do a 2-hour live every night just to keep up with what's coming off. And, you know, um, and I just accept it. If I get to October, then I can do a bunch of lives in October and I'll get there because October my views fell off. And I was only doing one live then. So, but, to do lives in the evenings during the week, I could probably do a live tomorrow evening. I'll probably do a live tomorrow evening around 7-ish. So, all right. So, Gary's telling, I guess, Joshua, I seem to recall you can run things in series or parallel. I know that either has the count, parallel, or ads when in series, but that's about as complicated as I can recall. That's still a bunch of stuff way over my head. And so, how many still on here? 8 people? Wow. So, Mike's Adventures Parks, that is perfect for me. I can no longer have my phone or earbuds at this new job, so I gotta wait till break, and that's not very long. Gary, I think today they were at 2,865. Because, man, every day I'm losing 40 or more watch hours. And even though I've got people still watching my content some, so, but I almost got to 3,000. But then, I don't know how long you have to hold that. But I'm just going to keep making content. Cheryl keeps telling me it only takes one video. And I know that. I had another video pop off between Christmas and New Year's. That one video popped off. I got 4,000 views on it in a week. But other than that, Chris said, I'm still here. You're awesome, Rhonda. Thank you, Chris. I used to go live every Wednesday night at 7, but it was so draining after I'd worked all day. And but I do like going live in the evenings. So Gary and Joshua are having their own conversation. Mike said, yes, just keep putting out videos. You never know which one's going to take off. So same to you, Mike. I mean, you are monetized. So, but you still have to keep your watch time hours up even after you get monetized. And so I'm like, I don't know, but no, you don't. No, you don't have to keep your hours up once you get monetized. I've heard both. I looked it up and read that you did. Oh, okay. They won't drop you if you drop below, just as long as you're still putting out content. I try to, each week, one long form, one short, one post. Um, and I got a little about um, when I was out of town, but I still did post um, a long form. So anyway, it's all interesting, the I've never not been active for 2 years. So yeah, and that's all I can do is just keep. Uh, yeah, Mike said I just dropped a video an hour ago, and I had to go to McDonald's to use their Wi-Fi to upload the video. You don't have air conditioning in your camper, do you? How are you managing that? If is it cooler at night? I mean, there's nothing more stifling than being in a RV or a camper and it's hot and there's no air conditioning. It can be stifling. Gary's still talking to Joshua. Oh, the first night was 85 degrees. That's pretty warm. Has it cooled off some in the evenings or is it still hot? Gary said, these days I pay more attention to YouTube. Yeah. Well, and you either want, I mean, I want to be a creator. I want to help people. Um, that was the temperature at night. That's pretty warm. Okay. I'll go watch your video. I got to watch Dr. Ninja's and yours when I get through here. And I got to upload my video for tomorrow because I don't want to have to do that in the morning. I could do a premiere. Hey, that's an idea. Are you, Gary? I don't know. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to Joshua? What is a Pythagorean theorem? YouTube said a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Whatever you say, Gary. That algebra. Yeah, some algebra there. It comes in handy when trying to square up a platform. Oh, okay. Whatever you're talking about. I'm not real sure what you're talking about. Gary said, or if you're trying to order shingles for a roof, possibly. I'll write that down. I'm going to need that when I buy shingles. I don't think I'll be doing that, Gary, anytime soon. All right. I'm out of water and I am parched. So just a holler, you can repeat it. No, Mike. Premieres are fun. I probably should have done one with this. I just didn't know how long it would take to upload at McDonald's. Yeah, that's true. Josh said I'm not talking about roofing stuff, Gary, about the battery charger thing I got for my birthday. Gary said, I know, small amounts of some things. Mike said, LOL. Chris, what kind of stuff do you watch on TV, Rhonda? I don't watch a lot of TV, Chris. I pick and choose on YouTube. But I do watch my husband's a Trekkie, so we watch a lot of Star Trek, and I know that on Thursday nights, we usually will sit down and watch Strange New Worlds is a new season right now. So Gary said, I don't really know much about battery chargers, Joshua, but Mike Adventure Sparks is right here. Seems ashamed to waste his knowledge. Oh, goodness. Well, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. And it was good having everyone here, and glad you joined me. And the best Rhonda for coaching too. I want to hear the best Rhonda for coaching too. I don't understand that. Anyway, so thank you, Joshua and Chris and Gary and Mike, the few ones that are left. I hope y'all have a great rest of your evening, and thank you so much for supporting me and my channel and joining me tonight. So just remember to be you on purpose.